All right, Joseph Bruin here, the All Axxess Entertainment Podcast. Special guest Jimmy Korderas. You have entered Overtime. We are here with the bonus segment, Overtime, and we're going to kind of mention a few names and maybe your little antidote for each one, or whether it be a story or a personal experience.
Okay.
First one, WCW and eventually WWE referee Nick Patrick.
Oh, Nick, got to know Nick. Nick is actually a great guy. Very informative and also very helpful in being the veteran that he was coming in. Obviously I'd been in WWE for a long time, but he'd been in the business longer than I was. So he was a good brain to pick and was very helpful coming over, believe it or not.
Longtime WWE employee Gerald Briscoe.
Oh, I love Mr. Briscoe. You talk about always learning and always picking someone's brain. You didn't have to pick Gerald's brain. He would tell you stuff. And he was the guy who manned Gorilla for a lot of times, who was the one talking to us in our IFBs. And, if I wish I could ride in the car with Gerald. That's how much I love Jared.
The XFL.
Moving on. Believe it or not, I still have an XFL jacket that I don't wear.
Oh, okay. Another longtime referee, WCW, WWE, the late Mickey Henson.
Oh, Mickey ended up becoming a partner when Mike got moved over to Raw. He came over to SmackDown, and he fit in perfectly. You talk about camaraderie. He was another. I love listening to his stories because he'd been around too for a long time.
Yeah.
And I would just ask him about certain people and ask him stories, and he'd be more than willing to give them to me. So Mickey was great.
Longtime employee with the WWE, Bob Wink Collins.
Oh my goodness, Bob Collins. I used to see him at TVs most of the time. Again, another guy that was very friendly, but not much interaction with him because he had his duties that kind of were over here, and I was kind of over here, so we never really crossed paths other than, hello, hey, Bob, how you doing?
Former WWE and WCW referee Billy Silverman.
Oh, Billy, again, someone who was fine, who's good friend to this day still. Unfortunately, he didn't stay very long in WWE. I think he was a victim of the numbers game, but he was a good referee, good dude.
Andre the Giant.
The man. He was the man. I mean, like I already told the Andre story, but he was an icon. He was a legend.
ECW, Extreme Championship Wrestling.
Different. Obviously different. I mean, not everything they did was my cup of tea, but at the same time, they were around. They were something that was needed at a time where somebody needed a shot in the arm. Because stale is the wrong word, but it at the time, WWF at the time wasn't feeling like they were really pushing any buttons with the crowds. So ECW kind of forced their hand, and maybe we're the precipice for starting the Attitude Era.
Right.
Yeah.
Former WWF ring announcer Manny Garcia.
I didn't get much interaction with him either. You know, it's funny because some guys you remember very well, and now you brought up the name Manny Garcia. I said, "Damn, I forgot about him."
Yeah, he wasn't there too long. You know,
yeah.
Mr. Fuji's ribs.
Oh my goodness, he would. He especially at house shows, he loved to play with the referees. Like when he'd throw salt at somebody, he'd make sure he got you in the back of the head. Just because he would. And if you walk by the ring, by the ropes on the side he was at, watch your shins, because he'd whack you with his cane as you're walking by. And
Brockus.
oh my goodness, there's another name I haven't heard for a long time. Got nothing. Sorry.
He entered the Brawl for All and he exited the Brawl for All.
Yes.
The Brawl for All.
I thought that was a dumb idea. I didn't think so. See, anything you try to bring a shoot element into pro wrestling never works out.
The man who was booking the venues, the gigs, Ed Cohen.
Ed, another person I didn't get to interact with a lot, but anytime I did see him, I always greeted him, and he always greeted me well. So that's about it as far as Ed goes.
The 7'7" giant Gonzalez.
Oh my goodness. Nice guy. Again, there was a language barrier there, so we didn't talk too much.
Referee Bill Alfonso.
Oh, Fonzie. I love Fonzie. I didn't get to know him until basically after, I had left WWE, got to meet him a few times, and that's when we really connected.
Another referee who debuted in the WWF in 1999, still there to this day, Chad Patton.
Chad's a good dude. Him and Jack Doan, he got introduced to the business through Jack. He was Jack's right-hand guy as far as helping on the ring crew. Good for him. He's a good dude. Never had a problem with him.
Former WWE referee Marty Elias.
Marty, another good dude. Unfortunately, certain guys you stay in contact with. Marty kind of went his own way, but yeah. That's about it.
One of the best technical wrestlers, Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig.
Oh, again, he was kind of like another guy that we bonded, mainly because I came up with the name for his finishing move, the Perfect Plex.
Paul Bearer, one of the greatest managers of all time.
Oh, another gem. I know it sounds repetitious, but I love. You're picking all these names of guys that at least most of them, that were guys that I got to hang with. Like Paul Bearer would come and hang with us after we'd set up, let's say for the ring. We'd be sitting at a table at the back, just relaxing, having a coffee or whatever the drink, or he'd sit with us and just talk to us. You know what I mean? It was kind of cool.
Bruce Pritchard, Brother Love. Again,
didn't get to interact with him other than from a business standpoint, mostly. Yeah, he was very busy with his other duties. So,
and in closing, Gorilla Monsoon.
Gorilla was like, you talk about father figures. Gorilla was that guy. Yeah. Gorilla was like a father figure. He was the guy if you had something, you went to him. If you needed anything, you went to him, and Gorilla would help you with whatever it was. I'm not like, hey, Gorilla, can you lend me a few bucks? Not like that. I'm talking about from a business standpoint. If there's something up, you'd go, Gorilla, can I talk to you for a minute? And yeah. What do you need? And then he'd give you great advice. Like a dad.
Of course, just as you go through the curtain there, Gorilla Position, but named after him. Do you remember when that started? When was that first announced as the Gorilla Position?
I couldn't give you a specific year, but because it became ingrained in everybody that is the Gorilla Position. It almost feels like it's always been called the Gorilla Position, even though it wasn't always called the Gorilla Position. I just can't tell you what year that changed.
And another gentleman who used to pay the boys, Arnold Skolden, the Golden Boy.
Arnie was a gem. Arnie was, he was old school. Arnie was definitely old school, but he was also he was good to sit down and just chat with and just listen to old stories. He'd give us all these old stories about these old timers, and it was fun just listening to Arnie all day long.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jimmy, for joining us on Overtime, and we'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned.